Hello guys, today we are going to talk about the ModoKing latest model kit, the Ben Affleck Batman from the movie The Flash. Personally, I'm very excited about this model kit. Last time, both Dark Knight Batman and the Iron Spider, I have so much fun building them. So I'm looking forward for this model kit. So this is the Ben Affleck Batman from the movie The Flash. You can see only a few panels for this model kit, so it should be quite easy to build. And you can see several hard scope and some accessory. So for this side, you can see it's right on the Bat motorcycle. That's because the ModoKing have also launched a Bat motorcycle for this Ben Affleck Batman. But now let's focus on our Batman itself first. So you can see right here we have the Batman logos. Right here is another Batman pictures. So behind the box we can see some of the detail for this model kit, some product information, and we see the Batmans right here. So now let's not further ado, let's unbox these boxes to see what inside these boxes. So this is everything from the box. As you can see, actually there's not much panels and the pieces are all pre-printed. You can see that right here, you don't need to paint any colors by yourself. It's all pre-printed, so you just need to cut them out and assembling them together. And it's interesting to see some of the armor pieces this should be a soft plastic or soft rubber, so run up the model kit. So I will show it later of this video, but I think it's very interesting. We can see some kind of different building techniques using for this time. And of course I have to mention the cave this time before assembling it. So you can see this is a huge upgrade compared to the Christian Bale Dark Knight Batman figures. So it looks like a ladder pieces. So I am so happy they upgraded the cave. So let's not further ado. Let's start building this Batman. So for the waist part, this is way too difficult to squeeze inside. I see it stuck in this position like a really long time. So according to the instruction manual, you need to like plug it in like this. But it's really hard to push it down all the way. So I have to add something to make it more easy for me to assembling it. It's really hard to push in some of the part, and I hope it's work. I'm not sure it will be working or not either. So after a long time of struggling, I finally kind of finished it, pushing the joint in. It should be okay. So when you are building the waist part right here, be careful. just add some silicone oil, or if you have something like this, just apply all of the tool or necessary things to help you pushing these two parts into this part. Very, very difficult. You need to apply a huge amount of force, and I worry about breaking anything. So I finally finished assembling this model kit. It took me about 3 hours because I made some mistake along the way. First hand impression, I really love the appearances. It looks so much details, and the pre-printed silver looks really great. The pre-printed metallic painting and the rubber pieces give a different texture of it. It look really amazing. For example, the pieces right here and the pieces on the legs. Also, the utility belt of the golden belt right here is also a plastic. Looks really good. And I really love the texture of the cave. It looks really good. And with the wire, you can pull some different poses of the cave. Looks really amazing. I think it's a huge upgrade compared to the last model kit they produced. For the head sculpt, it also have other head sculpt. It's come with a screaming angry face and smiling faces, and the smiling faces actually share with the same head sculpt of the silent face head. So you need to remove the face right here by changing to these pieces, and it looking like this. And the screaming angry face is this. I personally love the normal face. I think it's captured the likeness of Ben Affleck Batman more. But I'm not a big fan of some of the proportion choice for these model kit figures. For example, the torso, I think for Ben Affleck Batman should be much bigger. So here's some picture I found. You can see that Ben Affleck Batman for this suit is actually really buff. It's definitely bigger. So I personally wish that the waist area should be much bigger, more thicker. So now it's look like he's kind of very skinny. So it's one of my problem. And here I want to talk about some of the difficulties when assembling this model kit. First of all, when assembling the cave, it's actually quite difficult. You have to install this part and the chest pieces together to secure the cave. It's kind of difficult, and some of the joint part for this figure is really hard to assemble. My fingers really hurt. For example, the ball joint for the torso, and these particularly ball joints on the waist. This is really hard to plug in. So here's some footage while I building these figures. It was really hurt. My fingers really hurt, and I tried really long time to figure it out how to push that part to assembling into that pig. It is really difficult. So here are all the accessories come with this model kit. We have two grabbing devices, one shown in the movie and one is a grabbing hook. 5 pairs of hands. We have a fist hand, a open palm hand, a hand for holding the battle rings, a grabbing hand for grabbing the grapple guns, and the hand for riding the motorcycle. And of course we have 3 battle rings. These elbow areas with the sharp pieces is actually really pointy, so it may hurt you, so be careful when you change the hand. Don't squeeze it right here. It's like maybe using these, squeeze it right here to pluck out the hand. Don't touch it like this. It definitely will hurt you. It's very sharp, so be careful. So for this model kit, there has been a well-known QC issue is the painting of the eyeball. So I looked, some of the reviews have said their head sculpt, their eye look really weird because of the misprinted eyeball. So they're not looking at the same direction, look very weird. So if you're having such problem, maybe contact the seller, see they can replace another head sculpt for you, or you may need to paint the eyeball yourself. For me, I'm lucky that I don't have such problem, but it's just me. They're indeed having such QC issue, so beware. I hope none of you having such QC issue. So for articulation, the head can turn a bit left and right, but will be stuck by these pieces, so cannot turn 360, otherwise will be pop up the head. And not much looking down movement. This is kind of the maximum looking down angle, and not much moving up either. It will pop off if you remove it, like maximum looking up like this. Can bend a little bit side to side, and the arm can raise up like this, maximum like this. Have a swivel design right here, and of course can move 360 because of the ball joint design. The elbow can move in like this, and also have a wrist joint design right here. The body can turn a bit left and right. Because of the ball joint is very tight, so you can hear the squeeze sounds. Can bend back a little bit like this, and can bend forward like this. Move a bit side to side. So for the leg, have a pull down design, can kick a little bit forward, so can kick up 90 degrees. Backward around like this, because of will be blocked by these pieces. A little bit swivel design, mainly by the ball joints right here. So there's no swivel, extra swivel design right here. And the knees can bend like this. The leg have a little bit up and down. And a toe joint design right here. And of course, it can be a little bit swivel for balancing. And maximum open leg is like this. So this is basically this figure's articulations. And this Batman figure height about around 60.5 centimeters. So it's a 1/12 scale figures. It should be scaled well with other 6 inches figures, for example Mayfest or SHF. This is the side comparison with other Mayfest figure that I have. And the photo side comparison is with ModoKing previous ModoKing figures. This is Christian Bale Batman figures and the Iron Spider figures from the MCU. And this is the side comparison with the Found Joy Ben Affleck Justice League Batman figures. So here my final thought on these Batman ModoKing figures. I think for appearances, this figure looks amazing. The armor looks very detailed, and I really love the pre-printed metallic silver colors. The gray and blue color scheme looks really good. But there's something I need to say is Ben Affleck Batman is much bigger. The torso should be much thicker, bigger, bulkier. So these figures seem a little bit too slim for the body. Right here, I think this torso area should be bigger, but it is too slim. But other than that, for appearances, it looks really, really good. I will give a solid 7 out of 10 for the appearances or proportion. It's a really, really good figures. But for assembling them or building it, this time I'm having a huge difficulties. So I tried to pose them a little bit, like swap the hands or something. But the hand is actually really, really hard to swap. I believe the holes are a little bit too small for me, so I suggest you just use a knife to make the hole a little bit bigger to make your day more easier. Other than that, if you just try to struggle to swap in the hand or swap out the hand, you may highly possible to touch this pointy area, and at the end your hand will get hurt, and my hand is really, really hurt right now. So just use your knife to make the hand bigger if you're having difficulty, or add some silicone oils on the figure to help your day much easier. And while assembling it, the many ball joints are very difficult to squeeze in, and of course you may need to add some silicone oil again to help your day much easier to assembling these Batman figures. And I really have some difficulty, especially the waist part or the cave part is actually kind of like annoying and really, really hard to assembling. Be careful when you're building yours. Other than that, I'm still having a great time building this Batman ModoKing figure. I recommend to those who is having ModoKing building experience. I don't recommend it to beginners, so you may get hurt. For beginners, I'm afraid you may get hurt. You got to have enough tool to do it. So this basically the ends of my Ben Affleck Batman ModoKing review video. For the Bat motorcycle, I will build it in the next video because I kind of don't have much time right now. I'm sorry. So this is the end of my video. I hope you enjoy it. Please give a like and consider subscribe. I hope I can see you in my next video, especially the next Bat motorcycle video. So goodbye.